In the richly woven tapestry of Red Dead Redemption 2, a narrative masterpiece set in the waning days of the American frontier, Lenny Summers emerges as a character deeply cherished by fans and a poignant representation of the racial struggles of his time. Born into a post-Civil War America grappling with the remnants of slavery and the arduous journey toward equality, Lenny's story unfolds as a profoundly moving reflection of the societal injustices faced by African Americans during this transformative period. In this video, we'll delve into the tragic tale of Lenny Summers, examining his life, death, and the overarching narrative. We'll also explore the question of whether Lenny deserved a better fate. If you enjoy content like this, please consider subscribing, as 99% of our viewers haven't done so yet. Your support means a lot to us. The late 19th century in America, the backdrop of Lenny Summers' life, was marked by profound change and turmoil. Following the Civil War and the abolition of slavery, the United States entered the Reconstruction era, a time of significant political, social, and economic upheaval. African Americans, newly freed from the bonds of slavery, sought to integrate into a society that was deeply divided and often hostile. The era was marked by the struggle for civil rights, the rise of segregationist policies, and the pervasive presence of racial violence, particularly in the southern states. This historical context is crucial to understanding Lenny's experiences and the challenges he faces in the game. Lenny's journey begins around 1880, born into a world where the shadows of slavery loomed large. His mother's harrowing experience, being born amidst the cotton fields and immediately seized by an overseer, and his grandmother's desperate act of killing the overseer to escape further harassment, paint a vivid picture of the systemic oppression that defined his family's past.
You know, my mama was born in a field. Literally, in a field. Her mama was picking cotton, didn't even know she was pregnant. Came over funny and she gave birth right in the field. And the goddamn overseer, he took my mama away and made my grandmama get up and finish picking. Overseer was sweet on her and used to rape her. After she was set free at the end of the war, he tried it again, and she killed him with a knife. They nearly lynched her, but she ran away, and my mama never saw her again.
This backdrop of struggle and resistance is further compounded by the story of Lenny's father, an educated and literate man who served as a beacon of hope and knowledge in Lenny's early life.
He taught all the kids how to read. A good old-fashioned house nigger, they called him. But he was beaten just the same. Now, it wasn't the master of the house, who my father loved, in a way, but his brother, whom my father hated with an almighty passion. He'd beat the slaves almost nightly, whip them, rape them. One night, my father was getting a whooping for the crime of being born by this horrible bastard when his sister-in-law, the master's wife, walks in. Now, fearing for my father's life, she told her brother-in-law to stop. Well, not only did he not stop, he beat her too. Next day, his brother, the master, shot him dead. The whole plantation cheered. The master gave my father his dead brother's watch and told him as he did so, time will catch up with us all. A year later, he set them free and hanged himself the very next night. My father gave me that watch. Beautiful, big pocket watch it was. And now, I've gone and lost it fleeing Blackwater. When I get some spare money, I'ma buy myself another one to honor both my father and them folks that saved his life.
Tragically, this beacon was extinguished in a brutal act of violence when his father was murdered by inebriated men, a crime that propelled young Lenny into a life on the run. Lenny's fate takes a significant turn with his induction into the Vanderlinde gang. Here, his intelligence and competence quickly earn him respect and a sense of belonging, starkly contrasting with the discrimination and prejudice he encounters in broader society. His relationships within the gang, particularly with figures like Arthur Morgan and Hosea Matthews, provide a semblance of the family he lost and a platform where his talents and insights are valued and respected. Lenny's experiences in the game are a reflection of the racial dynamics of the time. His encounters in towns, often marred by racial slurs and discrimination, underscore the pervasive racism of the era.
Praise be! I want you out of here now, boy. Hey, praise be, my people. Praise be. I said, get out of here. Praise be. For a great miracle shall strike you down, my family. Get out of here, you darky! I said, a miracle shall strike you down. Get out of here, you piece of shit.
These experiences serve as a stark reminder of the societal barriers and prejudices that African Americans faced. Lenny's relationships within the game are multifaceted and significant. His bond with Arthur Morgan, in particular, is notable for its depth and complexity. Arthur, a white man, and Lenny, an African American, form a friendship that transcends the racial prejudices of the time. This relationship is a testament to the potential for understanding and solidarity across racial lines. Additionally, Lenny's relationship with Jenny Kirk is a poignant subplot that adds depth to Lenny's character, enriching his narrative with a dimension of personal loss and unfulfilled love.
You know, we should head back up that mountain sometime and make Jenny a proper grave. Something nice.
You liked her, didn't you, kid?
Well, sure. I mean, yeah, I liked her.
I know, kid. And I'm sorry about it. Anyway.
Let's go. Come on.
You know, I'm sorry about Jenny.
Sure. Me too.
I know you were sweet on her.
Was it that obvious?
Oh yeah, pretty obvious.
I made sure we buried her carefully. I rolled back and planted some flowers she would have liked.
Did you?
Of course. Least I could do.
Jenny Kirk, a member of the Vanderlinde gang like Lenny, is a figure whose presence in the game is more in the background, explored through dialogue and references. Her character, indicative of the unconventional and challenging roles women assumed in the late 19th century American frontier, suggests a life led outside societal norms, possibly chosen or forced upon her by harsh circumstances. Lenny's bond with Jenny, though not extensively detailed in the game, is implied to be deep and meaningful, with his strong feelings for her evident in the melancholy that surrounds his character after her death. Jenny's death prior to the events of the game significantly impacts Lenny, contributing to his aura of tragedy and what could have been. This relationship symbolizes the transient and often tragic nature of relationships in the world of Outlaws, where love stories are unexplored and unfulfilled, adding layers of depth to Lenny's character. It paints him as a man who has known and lost love, further humanizing him and making his eventual fate all the more tragic. In a life marked by violence, uncertainty, and the fight against societal prejudices, the loss of Jenny is a stark reminder of the personal sacrifices and losses endured by those living on the fringes of society. The Saint-Denis bank robbery, where Lenny meets his tragic end, is a turning point in the game. This event is not only a climax in the narrative, but also a moment that encapsulates the themes of loss, injustice, and the fragility of life. Lenny Summers' death during the Saint-Denis bank robbery is laden with symbolism and raises poignant questions about justice and fate. His demise is not merely a narrative device, it encapsulates the broader themes of racial injustice and the fragility of hope in an era marred by discrimination and violence. Lenny, with his aspirations, intelligence, and moral integrity, represents the potential and promise of a generation of African Americans striving to carve out a dignified existence in a society that frequently denied them such opportunities. His untimely death, therefore, symbolizes the shattering of not just an individual dream, but the collective aspirations of a community seeking equality and recognition. The question of whether Lenny deserved better is rhetorical yet profound. In the context of the game, his character undoubtedly deserved a chance to realize his full potential, to live out his dreams, and to break free from the cycle of violence and prejudice that defined his world. His death, abrupt and devoid of heroism, reflects the harsh realities of the time where life was precarious and justice was often a distant ideal. It serves as a stark reminder of the countless real lives cut short not just by the violence of the era, but by the systemic racism that pervaded every aspect of society. The handling of Lenny's death by different members of the gang is telling of their characters and the dynamics within the group. Arthur Morgan's reaction is particularly impactful. He is visibly shaken and mournful, reflecting the close bond he shared with Lenny. Arthur's grief is a testament to the depth of their friendship, one that transcended the racial boundaries of the time. It also highlights Arthur's growing disillusionment with the gang's lifestyle and the senseless violence that accompanies it. Dutch, the charismatic leader of the gang, displays a more pragmatic yet detached response. His focus remains on the gang's survival and the bigger picture, often at the expense of individual members' lives. Dutch's reaction is indicative of his complex character. A leader fighting for a cause, but increasingly consumed by his own ideals and ambitions. Other gang members exhibit a range of emotions, from shock and sadness to a resigned acceptance of the brutality of their outlaw life. The varied responses underscore the diverse personalities within the gang and their differing perspectives on life, loyalty, and mortality. Lenny's death becomes a pivotal moment for the gang, marking a loss of innocence and a turning point in their journey as they grapple with the consequences of their lifestyle and the inevitable toll it takes on each of them. Lenny's story is interwoven with several key thematic elements. The quest for freedom, both in a literal and metaphorical sense, is a central theme. Lenny, like other members of the gang, seeks a life free from the constraints and injustices of society. However, his journey is also a search for personal freedom and identity in a world that often denies him these rights. Lenny Summers' character is a testament to the power of storytelling in video games. Through his narrative, Red Dead Redemption 2 offers not only an engaging and immersive experience, but also a profound commentary on historical and societal issues. Lenny's story, while fictional, is grounded in the realities of the time and provides a lens through which players can engage with and reflect on the complexities of history and race relations. Lenny's character serves as a powerful symbol of the ongoing struggle against racial injustice and a reminder of the importance of understanding our past to address the challenges of the present. His narrative is not just a part of the game's world. It is a compelling commentary on the enduring impact of history on contemporary society.